We met in the King's Head in Hursley. We got engaged. We got engaged in Hursley down by IBM. And if we'd have got married in Hursley, that'd have been the hat trick. No surprise I missed that. My wife looks beautiful. So. And the only people that could possibly rival her beauty this evening is the bridesmaids that have done a fantastic job. From picking out dresses to organising hen do's and organising trips to Austria for them to go and stay for girls' weekends. So they really have been by our side the whole way. So I really appreciate everything that they've done. That takes me nicely onto the groomsmen, who have helped me with all the various bits and bobs. These 2 days wouldn't be possible without 4 people in our lives that have been there every step of the way, and that's our parents that have not just financially helped us with these 2 days, but everything throughout our lives. They've been there, and we appreciate that. And from organising some of the Friday, some of the Saturday, just being there for us in general, and we really appreciate having them around. And we will spend the rest of our lives together, won't we, dear? But they will always be there in spirit, whether they are 10 minutes down the road or 4 hours up around the M25. But on that note, I just want to thank you all very much. If you could raise a glass for me. This is to my beautiful wife. This is to my beautiful wife, to all my family and all my friends. Cheers. Cheers. I just want to take you back for a very brief story. I want to take you back to February 2020, if anyone can remember pre-COVID times. We were, prior to COVID, me and Dave sat in a pub, and I had to ask him a very important question that evening. We went to the pub originally with Annabelle and Susie as well. They left the pub, and I thought for a brief second, this is my chance. I asked him a very important question, which he said yes to, and we embraced in a hug. And everyone around the pub must have thought, well, the women are gone, and they've they started the celebrations early. But one thing, on a serious note, one thing Dave said to me, which was really important, that stayed with me. He said, I don't want to ask any more questions. You do when it's right for you. You do whenever you're ready. You do things right, which is important to me because this was now a surprise for everyone. Everyone was going to be surprised by when we got engaged, and that was really important. A month later, we were all in lockdown. The ring was delayed in getting to me. So we forward on 6 months now, and we're now in August. I remember washing up. That's not meant to be the funny bit. I was washing up in the kitchen. A door went behind me, and Dave walked in, and he put his hand on my shoulder, and he said, "I know I said I wouldn't ask." But it's been 6 months now. It wasn't long. It wasn't long after that we got engaged.
Just soaking up the atmosphere. This is absolutely fantastic. Wow, it's so much of a pleasure to actually meet people in 3D rather than just looking at it on Zoom screen. So just let me soak in the moment. I think this is just wonderful. I would especially like to thank the people that have travelled for coming here. We've had people travelling from Belgium, from Austria, from America, but the prize must go to families who travel from the Seychelles. Thank you all for joining us here to celebrate Annabelle and Oliver's wedding. But this is also my chance to reflect on Annabelle and how she's realised our hopes and our ambitions for her. Now, we always hoped that Annabelle would be sociable and outgoing, and she certainly likes the limelight, as you've seen.
I don't know.
We first realised that when she was 2. We were videoing her sister Hilary's teetering first steps when Annabelle came along, elbowed her out of the way, leapt in front of the camera and started singing songs from Disney's, was it Sleeping Beauty?
Yes.
Yes. So it's an early sign of Annabelle's musical talent, and she still sings beautifully, plays the piano wonderfully, but she doesn't do so very often. But maybe when the band turns up.
No.
I'm sure every parent wants their child to strive, to succeed. And I can prove this of Annabelle. It's a secret she keeps well hidden, but, and I have it here, she has won a Blue Peter badge. Can't remember what it was for, but she's got the Blue Peter badge. It's clear she's been guided by a saying on a small medallion, which again I'm sure she's forgotten. And it says, "She believed she could, so she did." And that's really been a hallmark of Annabelle as she's striven through streams and waded through bogs on her silver D&V with her friends from Stonor who had joined us.
Yeah.
And I know she thoroughly enjoyed the whole experience. I mentioned school. At school, Annabelle really got into her stride. She protested against having to work extra days to make up for lost time, and also played netball for the school, occasionally. And as she approached the end of her time at school, our thoughts turned to how Annabelle would venture out into life and find a vocation, fulfill her ambitions, and importantly, become financially independent. Now, from very early on, and I mean from very early on, because again I have a photograph here. You can see Annabelle wearing her little nurse's outfit. So from very early on, it was clear that Annabelle's vocation would involve children, and looking after them. She helped look after the infants when she was at school. She then became a teaching assistant when she left school, looking after children with special needs at 2 local schools. She looked after the 4 lovely flower girls you saw yesterday. She helped nanny them. We weren't surprised when Annabelle won a place to study paediatric nursing at Southampton. And this was also her grand's vocation. Now, Annabelle was committed throughout, but never more so than when she stopped studying a term early to help work on the wards as the pandemic hit and they just needed extra people. And so she stopped studying and said, no, I'm now going to go and work and help. Now, I mentioned Derby. And of course, that move was the first time that Annabelle and Ollie moved in together. Which brings me to my last aspiration, that Annabelle would find love and companionship with somebody who's kind and caring and loving and supportive. But in Ollie, she didn't. In Ollie, she didn't just find someone who was kind and caring and loving and supportive, but so much more. It's good fun, great company, industrious, my list goes on. But to summarise, I'd say that if you can judge the character of a man by the company he keeps, then from the ushers and the lads that I met on the stag weekend, Annabelle, then Ollie is definitely a keeper. Which is odd, because I always thought he was a striker. Annabelle, Ollie, I wish you a long and happy life together. And ladies and gentlemen, if you will join me, please, in toasting our bride and groom, Annabelle and Ollie, the new Mr. and Mrs. Bailey. Mr. and Mrs. Bailey.
My name is Jake, and I'm unfortunately the best man. It's an absolute pleasure to be here in front of you all today. Such a wonderful, wonderful occasion. We're all very blessed with the weekend that we've had, I think. I think the best place to start this speech would probably be with the bride. No, it's good. It's good. We'll lower the tone in a bit, don't I? Annabelle, I think I speak on behalf of everybody in the room when we say you looked absolutely radiant at the chapel yesterday. And alongside you, you've had your brigade of bridesmaids. I think it's fair to say that you guys did a fantastic job as well, and you looked absolutely wonderful, including the youngsters that we had with us as well. What a job. I think they melted everyone's hearts with their little speech and the little statement. Hilary, you led them. Congratulations, fantastic job. I don't know what you did to persuade her to actually go ahead and do this, but you did. And that leads me on to the groomsmen. You see the effort that the bridesmaids put in? Right, the state of you lot. Giving out your flowers on the train for free. Right. George, it was too easy, I'm sorry. I had to bring it up. and raise a glass. Someone get Nick some Prosecco as well, because he loves it. But yeah, to the Baileys.
I can feel you breathing with your hair on my skin as we lie here within the night. I'll pull those sheets when it's cold on your feet, 'cause you'll fall back to sleep every time. Grow old with me, let us share what we'll see, and all the best it could be, just you and I. And our hands, they might age, and our bodies will change, but we'll still be the same as we are. We'll still sing our song when our hair ain't so blonde, and our children of song